Yo, what's up, everybody? How is everybody doing on this fine Monday morning? What am I getting caught up on? It's got a branch in the water or something. I'm finally back from warrant officer candidate school. I'm tired, so I took off today. I was like, you know what? I'm going fishing. This is a weird spot because I got a fast current in front of me, which keeps pulling my indicator under. But there was just a fish that rose like right in front of me. I'm just going to cross over the stream, I think, and work my way up. Rainbow trout, brown trout, brook trout. Last time I was here, I caught all brookies. I caught 5 fish. They were all brookies. So hopefully all you guys have been all right. Good to see me, sir. That's more like it. Nah, I'm just kidding. So it's a tradition to do like a first salute, right? And so I already had an NCO picked out to render my first salute to me. And as we were walking over to the graduation ceremony, we had our ranks on already. And somebody went to do it. And I was like, don't you effing do it. You better holster that thing. Man, I don't think there's any fish even in here. I'm just kidding. I'll tell you what, like I am drained. I'm completely exhausted. So I got a lot of work to do today, but figure I'll goof off and go fishing for a little first. This probably been slammed in the last couple weeks. I probably need to go a little deeper too. We'll work this out. But so what has everybody else been up to? Going to Colorado next month. Whew. That's exciting. Holster that thing. You got to keep them in line sometimes, Alaska. You got to keep them in line. NCOs will get wild. All right, let's see. You have to excuse me while it's like shaking around. I imagine that won't come out very well. I don't know where I don't know where any of my stuff is. I'm a mess today. But I'm glad to have all you guys on. It's nice talking to you. I haven't been doing much of anything. Even those 2 weeks before I went to school, I was like, yeah, I'm not really doing much. Yeah, see, that's what my wife says to me too. And unfortunately, that just never happens, Alaska. So it's probably why there's like some running joke that everybody else is their boyfriend too. I don't know. Yeah, we're not doing those. Let's see. I'm a big fan of wet flies. I'll tell you what. Nothing better than a wet fly. I figured today would be a good day to do a live too, because I'm guessing most of you are probably at work. Except for Alaska, it's probably like 3 a.m. where he's at. One just rose up there. So there's Caddis coming off, but they're super inconsistent. So I'm seeing a rise here and there, but not enough to make me want to fish a dry fly. So all I'm doing is I tie it right off the bend of the other hook. That way I don't have to change anything. But I'll probably have to add more weight too. That's the only thing. We're moving a little fast. See, if I was on the other side of the stream, that's really where I want to be, I think. We'll take a couple casts, and then I'm just going to send it and cross over. This side of the stream is not the best. Leaving the VA hospital. Be safe, Ben. Don't YouTube live and drive. And it rhymes, so you should listen to it. Oh, there's one. Just rose back there. So I was out here, like I said, I was out here in the 2 weeks I had in between phase 1 and phase 2 of candidate school. And there was, what was coming off? Little black stoneflies were coming off the one evening. And I couldn't believe there were fish rising every 5 feet. They stalked the heck out of this. And I'm pretty sure it's deep enough, like down in this stretch, that they can hold over in the summertime too. See, the current's too fast on this side, so I just end up with all that drag. That might have been a fish, or I'm just smacking the bottom. All right, let's do this. Let's just, oh. I got way too much weight on for this indicator. See, we're just pulling it through the water. That's a problem. That's a whole problem. Ben, why can't you go live? I know right over by that rock, there's a big, I don't know if you guys can see it, like right about there, there's a big rock in there. And I know there's got to be some fish piled up against it. All right. Maybe we're going to go for a walk here. Ah, man, Ben, that stinks. Sorry to hear that. I don't know who Nolan Ryan is. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm guessing it's a bowler. Never mind. That was silly. I don't know how deep it actually is there. You know what? I know there's a fish in there, but I'm just going to send it. I'm walking across. Oh, maybe it's deeper than I thought. You guys are all going to get to, you know, let me do some more about this. I don't want to go swimming. Pitchers. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess there's strikes in baseball too, aren't there? See, one just rose right up there. I was just fishing that. All right, we're going to catch some fish here, I promise. We'll get there. bear with me because this is probably not going to be pretty to watch. Unless I fall in, then you guys will get a cool underwater view. I know there's fish in here, but I'm doing it anyway. Yep, there they go. Whatever. Sometimes you just got to send it, you know. You're limited on time. You want to catch some fish. You got to skip over the not so great water to hit the better stuff. And the problem with hitting it from this side is the current's on that side, so it's hard to control your line. I also think because the trail is right up there, I think most people hit it from that side. Oh, nothing better than just listening to the birds. Being in the creek, nice spring day. It's probably still 20 degrees in Alaska. All right, we should be good here. Heck yeah. Can't complain about this. Got some junk on our flies though. And it's a Monday, so there's nobody out here. Like, this is the best. See, look how much nicer that's floating. But I got way too much weight on now. We'll adjust. Or I just need a bigger indicator. Maybe we'll do that first. Y'all workers, double tap. Ben said it, so get on it. I don't know. Let me see. I don't like these though. I don't even know how to use them. Oh, that's right. These twist. Okay. It's been a minute since I've used these. It's normally like my big stream or river indicators. All right, bud. I'll see you, man. Thanks for hopping on. Glad seeing you. I'm going to try and do the lives a little bit more than what I've been. Appreciate everybody hopping on here. This is not the rod for this. Whole heckin' duck and chuck rigger going on right now. Oh, we got a lot of people on. Nice. Look at that cast. That was clean. All right. Once again, we're just going to keep on moving up. I find it's much easier to just cover a lot of water and find out which fish want to eat than it is to... What do we got going on? How are we stuck on something? Oh, hey, ho. I know everybody's sitting there like this guy doesn't have a clue what he's doing. Oh, we lost one of our flies, though. That's good. Off to a great start. All right, let's do this. Bunch of caddis coming off. They're not quite this big, but probably better than nothing. Alice, what's up? What's up? How are you doing? How you doing? Uh-oh. Alice is deleting messages. You guys are going to get put in timeout. I've been back for 15 minutes, and you guys are going to get Alice all worked up. I mean, should I, tilt you guys up a little bit more? Does that help? There we go. And that's deep in that little stretch right there. Doesn't look like it, but it's probably 3 to 4 feet deep. And there's a little shelf on the other side of the creek that they tend to sit on, but if you start out over there, you really can't fish all of this. See, that's one of the things I don't like about the big strike indicators is I feel like I can't see the strikes as well. Everything's just clunkier. I don't know. We could go no indicator, I guess. That's always a method. I don't like doing it from this side, though, if I'm going to do it. Let's just give her a go. See, now we're all tangled. That's why. Disgustingly tangled. Fly fish, they said. It'll be fun, they said. They're all a bunch of liars. We'll deal with that in a second. Fernetti, this is a great way to start the morning. I got my coffee because I was able to stop and hit up Dunkin' on my way over here. And then I just, slowly worked my way over. It was great. I don't think there's a better way to start my morning. Especially a Monday morning when there's, nobody else here. My dad's somewhere, too. I don't know. He saw some fish rising, so he was like, I'm going to go fish for them. I'm like, have fun. All right, let's be smart about this. Sometimes it's easier to just clip a fly off. There we go. If I were smart, I would put new tippet on. But instead, I'm going to wait until a trout hits it, and then it'll break, and then I'm going to be sad. But nobody ever accused me of being smart, so it's okay. All right, let's do this, or attempt to do this. I feel bad because I tell everybody I'm such a good fisherman, and then I come out and I can't catch fish. I just cast over. Look at that one, right? Rose right there. I love it. All right. It's one of the things about fishing without an indicator is I usually prefer a shorter leader for it. Oh, that might have been one. The other thing is it helps if you're like right in line with it. Not whatever I got going on. Crossing across stream just doesn't seem to work as well if you're not using an indicator. Ooh, did not work. Roll cast the other way. All right. Well, Alice, they don't like me. It's okay. I wouldn't like me either, to be honest. See, I love these indicators. These are the best indicators, in my opinion, for small stream stuff like this. They're quick and easy. But I got to drop some weight down because we're not going as fast as I thought we were. Probably take both of these off, to be honest. Oh, we had 10 likes now. Woo! We're cooking with Crisco now, baby. So the other reason I came here today, they were restocking a bunch of the streams here. One of the reasons I came here is because I didn't think there would be people because they're not restocking this today. Figured it was a great opportunity to get out away from the pressure. I hear fish rising behind me. So we didn't get stuck on the bottom at all that time. Now I feel like we're not fishing deep enough. This is all fly fishing is. It's just playing with the setup until you finally catch fish, and then it's like, all right, well, don't touch anything. That's a fish. Oh! First one, and we're going to start like that. Just turn them over a little bit. But that's good. That's a good sign. We finally hooked one, so that's what we want to do. I don't know if that was a fish or not. Oh, yeah, I'm in the water. Yeah, I got my waders on. As Tony calls them, my water condoms. Still got our flies on. And don't tell my wife, but I bought another fly rod. I am obsessed with the older Orvis rods that like the unsanded graphite blanks on them and stuff. They're phenomenal. I love them. I can't get enough of them. So I saw one came up on eBay for a good price, and I was like, you know what? I need it. There we go. Up, 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 up. All right, come on. Bring it in, little buddy. Beautiful little brook trout. Oh, come on. Feisty. Come on. Let's just make this easy, please. There we go. Wasn't too bad. There we go. See, guys, I catch fish occasionally. He took the caddis, too. The caddis nymph. I think the other benefit to being on this side is because the fish sit right up against that shelf that's over there, they see you coming. Like, they can see you when you're only 2 feet off the bank. Like I said, a lot of people don't hit it from the side of the creek, so one rose right next to my indicator. That's cool. That might have been a fish. That hit it quick. Hit this little side current a little bit. We might have some crud on here. No, we're okay. I think we still need to be deeper though. We're not getting hooked. So like you should be getting hung up occasionally on stuff on the bottom. Otherwise, you're not fishing deep enough. All right, so we know we got to be a little deeper. Let's adjust that. I go through these indicators like crazy because I'm always adjusting my depth. If anybody knows of a good, like, reusable strike indicator, let me know, because I don't like the ones I have. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like them at all. How many feet is that? Okay. And then I've still got a video I need to edit. I went out on the first day and I took my little princess rod out and caught some fish. I got to edit that video, get that up. We'll get there. How deep are we? Well, that's good. That'll be perfect, I think. The other thing I don't like about fishing the stream from this side, where I have to use like a backhand cast, is like I normally prefer roll casting. It's so much easier. I'm very good at roll casting. And I can't do that. Unless, of course, I was left-handed, in which case I could in this scenario, but I'm not lefty. I don't practice lefty. Ooh, that was horrible. I lost, you know what I can do, though? Should be able to roll cast. See? Look at that. How much nicer was that? That might have been a fish. Way too much slack in the setup. That's a fish. Nope. No, it's not. What are we stuck on? Ah, man. I don't want to lose my flies. It's too early for that. And let's see what we lost. Let's see the damage. Yeah, that happens. Zoe, I hate getting snagged. But, like, when you're nymphing, like, you need to be on the bottom, right? So it's such a double-edged sword. Like, you have to be down there, so you got to be in a spot where you're going to get snagged, or you're not going to catch as many fish. And I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, so the live is probably going to get shut down here in a second. Leland, what's up? What's up? Yeah, I'm using wet flies. Generally, I had a nymph on, but I love fishing wet flies. And honestly, I fish them pretty much the same way as I fish. I don't fish them much different. But we were fly fishing today. And I think one of the biggest misconceptions people have is that you have to fish wet flies downstream and across, and you really don't. I rarely do that. Unless there's like a good hatch going on, I don't really fish them downstream and across. I'll put Put a little weight on there. If I knew where my weight was, where is my weight? Those fold-out vests would be kind of nice, too. I wouldn't mind having one of those. Thanks, Alice. I appreciate you. Hopefully you're doing well. I haven't heard from you in a while. I've just been gone. I don't know what the heck Tony's doing. He went, I guess he went live for a little bit the other day, but he's been MIA for the last, 3 months. There we go. There we go. Nice. Oh, I foul. He took it and then he spit the hook and I ended up hooking him in the tail. That happens sometimes. So there's pros and cons to both. I don't know if I'd say it's necessarily easier. It takes some getting used to. Obviously, you got to learn to cast. That's kind of one of the barriers, the biggest barrier to entry. Once you know how to cast, you're usually pretty good. Come on, buddy. Foul hooked him in the tail. That's not what you want to do. All right. The benefit is, I'm using extremely light tippet. I'm only using 3-pound test right now, and the length of the fly rod really helps protect it quite a bit until he goes under my line and gets all tangled up. And then I have issues. I think the Oros is what I have, Edwin. Those are the other ones I was throwing around. Maybe I just need them in a smaller size. Come on. There we go. Pretty nice rainbow. Even though I snagged him by accident. So he originally took the fly and then he spit it. Maybe I didn't foul hook him. I can't even tell what's going on here. What is going on? Oh, flies. Look at that. Look at that easy release. That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful fish. You can see I hooked him right in the mouth and then he spit it and I ended up hooking him in the tail then. But, whoop. Quick release. All right. Awesome, Backwoods. How are you doing, brother? Look at this fish rising down over there. Let me get my camera all. That's the only thing I don't like. There's not a good way for me to record the fishing or go live while fishing. If you have somebody to work a tripod and stuff, it's not bad. But trying to do it on your own, so I got this little chest mount now, which albeit is working pretty well, but I feel like I'm shaking the camera a lot, which is probably not ideal either. Oh, whoa, that was oh man, I thought I was on a log. That was a big old trout. I don't know what that was. Oh, man. That stinks. Gotta be paying attention. I got my flies tangled up, too. Oh, boy. This is a mess. And this is probably, one of the other things that stinks about fly fishing is you're going to get, just losing a fish there, and then my stuff gets all tangled up. It's well, that's just the way it goes. There's nothing you can do about it. It's going to happen. And you just got to accept it and move on. Let's get this untangled. I don't even know what the heck's going on here. We're just going to clip the whole thing, I think. And I got new nippers too, but I forgot to bring them. I'm just a whole mess today, guys. Bear with me. All right, what do we got going on here? I gotta clip that. Oh boy. So everybody at work today? Got your phones up, watching me, enjoy my day off for now. So one of the other fishermen I was talking to last time I was here, he was showing me pictures. He catches like 20-inch trout out of here pretty regularly. And it's delayed harvest, so you can't keep them until, I don't know, is it June? It's pretty late in the year. Well, I appreciate it. Like I said, I haven't seen you guys in quite some time. So, what is going on here? Probably one of the other bad things about fly fishing is if you're not quick at tying knots, you're gonna have a bad time. You got to be able to tie knots, and you got to be able to tie them fast. Otherwise, you spend a lot more time tying knots than you do actually fishing. But I think most people assume it's pretty expensive, and it doesn't have to be. You can get super expensive with it, but it really doesn't have to be. They sell the whole kits at Walmart for like $50 or something. All right, so what we're doing is we're just tying right onto the bend of the hook, and then we'll tie the other fly down here. 2 fly setups. They get tangled a lot more, but you can fish a couple different depths in the water then if you do that, which is nice. Oh, where did my other fly go? The heckening. I gotta order more flies too. Backwoods, it's a little difficult to get into, but once you get the hang of it, like this is probably not a great stream to learn on because you do have to cast like 40, 50 feet. If I take somebody out for the first time, I try to start them on a small stream where they can just either like roll cast or flip it up the stream, and they can fish like a single fly rig. They don't have to fish double rigs, you know, anything to make it easier for them. Because if you catch a lot of fish and you enjoy it, then you're more likely to come back. And then when it gets difficult, you'll stick with it because it's not always easy. And then I'm a huge fan of fishing with weight on. I always fish with weight on. You know, I think it was Joe Humphreys that once said, the difference between catching fish and not catching fish is 2 split shot. And I took that to heart. And since then, I started catching a lot of fish. So All right, let's get our fly back in the water now. Oh boy, starting strong. I was way late on that one. You know, that and fishing, like fishing nymphs or fishing streamers is a lot easier than fishing dry flies. So don't take someone to a dry fly fishing creek and try and put them on a sulfur hatch, you know. It's probably not going to end well for them. They're probably going to get really upset. The biggest fish I've caught, I don't know. I've got a 23-inch palomino that I have mounted. Actually, when I was younger, I caught, it was like a 28-inch rainbow. I got a picture of it. The thing is massive. Weighed like 8 or 9 pounds. It was huge. That's a big old stalker. I don't know if I'm getting stuck on the bottom right there, or if I'm hitting or if I'm catching, if I'm losing fish. So I've caught some big ones, and the state's stocking bigger and bigger fish every year, which I just love. There we go. Up, 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 up. He came right into me. Come on, buddy. He took the top fly. Nice beefy rainbow. You do want to be, oh, that fly's out already. Perfect. All right, so we're just going to make this easy on ourselves before he makes this tangled mess. Okay. And he's gone. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I'm in Pennsylvania. Sorry if I missed the chat here, guys. A little preoccupied. And this is the problem with 2-fly rigs, is now they're all caught up in the bottom of my net. If you don't laugh, it's just painful, right? All right, let's get the net back on. Oh, he lives in Bucks County. All right. Yeah, we're in Dauphin County right now. Can we untangle this, or are we going to have issues? Perfect. Look at that. Something's got to go right. Carter, what's up, man? How are you doing? Welcome back, brother. Might be welcome back to me. I think I'm the one that's been missing here, but that's okay. I thought that was a fish. And so the nice thing about fishing wet flies too is I can kind of just extend my my drift, because I can let it swing out on the back end too. If there's fish rising, I'll do that a lot more than what I do it right now. That usually works pretty well. Backwoods, that's awesome, dude. That's one of the things, like, I've always wanted to shoot a piebald. I mean, I've only been hunting for 3 years, but like ever since I saw one and they just look like a ghost, it's like, all right, well, how do I get one, you know? Oh, we were way late on that, weren't we? The other beautiful thing about fly fishing is you just get to sit here and miss fish all day too. So if you get frustrated easily, this is definitely not the pastime for you. Who's answering emails? Alice, I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't looked at the Pain Train email in months. It should be Tony. Tony should be doing that. If you send something specific, I'll have to get on and check it. And I apologize for not being more proactive with it. I'm going to get a knot from the wind here. That's the other problem. Trying to fly fish on windy days is not always beneficial. Tell me I missed another one. Kind of upset with that one I lost earlier. That thing was a nice one. How'd you do? Doubt it. You actually? I'm only at like 3 and missing a bunch. Yeah. The one I lost one that was pretty decent. I thought I was on a log, and then I lifted up and saw the belly of it, and I was like, "Oh." Yeah, that was a pretty decent one. But yeah, I don't know. Now it's, well, maybe I should be up there. They might have just restocked that. Yeah. There's some here that are like rising sporadically, but it's been not enough. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm using. I'm always using my wet flies. It's a simple life. I might walk down a little further. I started fishing down here and just kind of worked my way up. There's another guy fishing down the creek a little bit. Yeah. I've lost a couple, landed 3. Probably just keep working our way up. Sorry, I missed the chat a little. Alice, you hit the nail on the head with that one. I'm having a great day still, so it doesn't really matter. I probably need to focus. I might be casting too far. There's a nice little dip right down in here. I'm sure I'm missing fish, just casting over them. And I might not be deep enough to even be fishing that little pocket in there. What's going on? There we go. This wind is not doing me any favors. Maybe we mix up the fly a little or something, you know? Sometimes you just gotta try something different. Put a Caddis back on or something. I gotta tie up some Caddis too. I've been slacking on that. It's not the right fly box. Sometimes during a Caddis hatch, it can be super productive to put on a Caddis dry fly. And then another old Joe Humphreys trick is to like rub it in the dirt. And then I like to put a little weight on in front of it. And then just fish it like a nymph almost. Because Caddis swim through the water. So if you get in a regular drift, it still looks pretty good. And a lot of times they just like by nature almost just smash it. I don't know what it is. There we go. Yeah, so these specifically I tie, like these are Caddis flies, right? And so what I do with my Caddis flies is you can see I put a little orange band in there. I wish it would focus. So you can see I got a little orange band in there. And so that lets me know how much weight I put on it. So I do different colors. I do orange, purple, and then just plain. And then I know how much weight I have on. So depending on the depth of the water, I can adjust. That's more of like a Euro nymphing trick. They do that a lot. Vito, what's up? What's up? The other thing is like I like to do stuff a little differently sometimes. Like I know I know this stretch gets hammered with fly fishermen, right? So by fishing wet flies, like sometimes that gives me an advantage because the fish haven't seen them a lot before, you know. If you're gonna fish dry flies, fish a traditional full hackle dry fly, you know. Don't fish a compradon because that's what everybody and their mother is gonna fish here, you know. So just sometimes doing stuff just kind of separate yourself from the rest of the crowd just works really, really well. Now we're not catching anything. Not even any fish in here, I don't think. I also might have just spooked some of the fish here because I've gotten pretty close to where I'm fishing, so it probably doesn't help me at all. And I'm not paying attention, so I got a phone call. Could always fish a caddis with the dropper too. Might be effective. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to shut it down for a little bit and just enjoy my time outside. But I appreciate everybody hopping on. I hope everybody has a great day at work. I'll catch you next time. Peace out, Pain Train Nation.